handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat. Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day, or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
It's a girl thing. Try to understand. It's not a me thing. No different than my friends. I get what I want, and I want it back. And it's a girl thing. Ooh, it's a girl thing.
All right. Hello. Welcome. Okay, hold on, ladies. Hold on, I'm going to add you on here really quick. Okay, there you go. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Great. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's been a very productive day.
Yeah.
Let's just say. I went to a women's conference or women's luncheon that was held by the oh goodness. Power of Heels. And you ladies will get to meet them soon, which takes us to what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes. It's International Women's Day.
It is International Women's Day. Our month. It's the whole month, right?
I think today is International Women's Day, and then the whole month of March is National Women's Month. I believe that's what it is.
It is March 1st through the 30th.
Yes.
So it is the whole month of March that we get to really go over women's history with the current, and I got a little something to share with you actually about that. If you want to, because I know you ladies have already got some of your women that you want to speak of in history, and you can even talk about the ones in the present, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I might have like a little kind of like fun quiz. It's nothing like drastic. If you don't know the answer, I probably didn't know the answer until I asked it and then read it. So don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. But it's okay. So it's 2023. And while many strides have been made for women in the past few decades, there's still a long way to go. Inequality and sexism still exist in the United States as well as the rest of the world. In 2017, Pew Research, and that's what it says, Pew Research Center survey, 4 in 10 women, 42%, said they experienced gender discrimination at work. These privileging inequality, if I could read today, oh my goodness, hello, inequities, in addition to the strides made by our heroes, are why it's so important to celebrate Women's History Month in March. It's a great time to read up on Women's History Month facts and historic women, as well as sharing inspiring quotes by and for women. Cheering on those still fighting for and representing women today is equally important because there's still plenty of work to be done. Would you ladies agree with that statement?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. So, all right. So in addition to March being Women's History Month, International Women's Day, there you go, is celebrated globally on March 8th. That's what you were speaking of.
Okay. So I wasn't wrong.
No, you weren't wrong. But Women's History Month, this is Women's History Month, but International Women's Day is celebrated on March 8th, which is today. So that's why I thought this would be a perfect time for us to really reflect on that. And actually, Lily, I got to say, you already had shared the fact that this was National History Month, and I just happened to notice that today is International. So I was like, all right, let's see what we can find out. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's incredible how much we're honoring women this month. I really love it.
Yes, me too. Because women are very important. You know, I mean, men, what would they do without us?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, you ladies don't know about that just yet. And yeah, wait, hold off, as long as you possibly can. Um, I'm telling you what, men don't really become men. I feel, in my opinion, like until they're like past their 30s, which is fine. Which is fine. They keep us youthful, right? Okay, so we're not going to bash men today. I apologize. No bashing men. All right. So did you guys know what? So in February 28th, 1909, marked the first Women's History Day in New York City. Were you ladies aware of that?
I had no idea.
Right. That's pretty neat. So now if you ever have a quiz on that, it was February 28th, 1909.
Actually,
Okay.
even about this month, I had no idea that it was not National Women's Month until
Me
March 3rd.
too. I knew about like certain months, like October is like breast cancer awareness and February is Black History Month, but I had never heard of Women's History Month.
Well, and we need it. And this is I'm going to share with you a couple of reasons why we need to do this. Okay, why it started happening. Oh my goodness, it started 1 year anniversary of the garment workers strikes when 15,000 women marched through Lower Manhattan. From 1909 to 1910, immigrant women who worked in garment factories held a strike to protest their working conditions. Most of them were teen girls who worked 12-hour days. Could you imagine? You ladies are teens. Could you work 12 hours a day?
I can barely make it through 8 hours of school. Yeah.
I feel the same way, just working even in an office, and I've been here all day. I've been here since 10:30.
Yeah.
So, I understand. Like that's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. So in one factory, Triangle's shirt waist company, employees were paid only $15 a week. Could you imagine getting $15 a week? That's it. In this society, it would not work.
No, it wouldn't.
No, it would not. So if you go to history.com, it describes it as a true sweatshop, by the way. Young women worked in tight conditions at sewing machines, and the factory's owners didn't keep the factory up to safety standards. In 1911, the factory burned down and 145 workers were killed. It pushed lawmakers to finally pass legislation meant to protect factory workers. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I remember learning about something similar to that. I don't know if it was that exact event, but kind of learning about that whole era in American history just last year. So it sounds familiar for me for sure.
Okay. Yeah, because it was definitely a monument in history, right? Like that was a pretty big deal, I feel. That was a lot of people that, just because they weren't taken care of, they weren't treated well, and it was because they were women, right? Okay, so that was 1911 when that happened. Okay, so keep that in mind. 1911. All right. All right. So
a little over 100 years ago.
Yeah. It does. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do these pictures. I have a couple of pictures here. All right. So, oh wait, now I know what I did wrong. I apologize. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right. So the day became Women's History Week in 1978. Do you know? Okay. Do you know where that happened?
Was it in New York again, or was it somewhere else?
Was
It was
it like
somewhere else.
DC?
Nope. It was. You want me to tell you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's see if you guys remember something that I had said. Where did I graduate high school? What state? Do you remember?
What? Hold
It's
on.
okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't.
Okay,
What?
I know you lived in California.
What? So where do you think it happened now?
Was it California?
Yes. California kicked off Women's History Week in 1978 on March 8th, International Women's Day. According to the National Women's History Alliance, they wanted to draw attention to the fact that women's history wasn't really included in K-12 schools' curriculums at the time. What are your thoughts on that?
And you say it was 1978?
1978, yes.
I mean, I am so glad that it is now included, but I can't believe it happened so late in time too.
Right.
Like to us now, it seems like, oh, that was 50 years ago or however long ago that was. And it's like, oh, that was a long time ago. But it really wasn't. It was really recent.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. But I will say I do still feel like in a way it's definitely like anything's better than nothing, but I do still think that there's not enough women's history being taught, like specifically in the Texas education system, because I remember last year in American history, there was only like one person that we learned about, but I think that it's so much more important that, and women's history is so much bigger than that. But I definitely think that we're making progress on that for sure.
I
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
There's always more that can be done. So I completely agree with that, Ashlyn. And I feel like a lot of we are taught more about the dominant male figures in the past, but then a lot of the times the females go unspoken for. And I know this happened a lot too. Men would take credit for women's work.
Yes.
I don't know, like every school is different, or not every school, but like every district, state as well. So I think it's really important just to remember that women are always doing things no matter what time period.
Oh, that's right. Yes. We were always standing up for ourselves. And it's about, it was about time when we finally did decide that, look, we don't need to be home just cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the kids. Like, I love doing those things, don't get me wrong. But I also like being an independent woman and having a purpose for myself, something that I'm passionate about. Right.
Yeah.
100%.
And I think all women should be able to experience that. Men get to experience it. Why would it have been any different? Right. Or why should it have been any different is the question. Right?
Yeah, I completely agree.
Okay, so this is really interesting too. The president declares every March Women's History Month since 1995. Every president has issued a proclamation declaring March Women's History Month, usually with a statement about its importance. I think that's pretty cool.
Okay, what I find really interesting is that I didn't know it was Women's History Month until this year.
What?
So I know I got social media later, and I think that was actually one of the reasons why I found out about it, but I don't think it's talked about enough because I know about it now. I knew about it at the end of February, but every other year before that, I had no idea. So I think it's really important to raise awareness about the month itself as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree because like I said earlier, like I know that other months are for certain things too, and I knew others, but I didn't know about Women's History Month until March 1st. I think I like vaguely remember knowing about International Women's History Day, but I never knew anything about the month.
Right. And I think it should be definitely more. There should be brought. We should bring more awareness to it. Absolutely. So I think that that's really great that we're able to do this and really talk about this on the radio too. I can't wait to hear about what you ladies have. So I might skip a couple of these. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, this one I thought was very interesting. Every Women's History Month has a theme. The 2023 Women's History Month theme is celebrating women who tell our stories. This year, the National Women's History Alliance will encourage the recognition of women, past and present, who have been active in all forms of media and storytelling, including print, radio, TV, stage, screens, blogs, podcasts, news, and social media.
That is really incredible. I love the theme for that.
It's kind of what we're doing right now, like being active on our Instagram pages and also being on the radio show. It's what we're doing now.
That is exactly what we're doing. So yeah, I mean, I encourage both of you ladies to, after the show, put the women that you guys chose that you wanted to talk about tonight on the radio show, put those women and put them on your social impact or on your social pages, your social media pages, and express your, how they inspired you to even want to list them as one of the women that maybe had inspired you, or maybe you had thought did something incredible. That it took a lot of courage, right? A lot of these women that stood up to these men finally, in society, and what society felt was supposed to have been happening with how women should have been, addressed, spoke to. I remember, back in the day when I was really young, hearing my grandmother would tell me that she was told that she had that she was not to ever speak unless she was spoken to, and that women were to stay quiet, especially during like events with like the men sitting around, like they could chime in very little, right? But they had to keep it very quiet and just, nod their heads or agree. And so thinking back on that and really reflecting on how we've come, where we've come, how far we've come, right? In order to be able to actually have a voice even, right?
I have relatives from my family members, and that of course are older than me, but not crazy amounts older than me. Maybe about like 40 or 50 years older than me. And when they were growing up, the women were told that they were supposed to grow up and find a husband and get married and have kids and cook and clean. And that was just going to be their life, and there was going to be nothing else to it. And I think that just the progress that we've made even since then, even in a short amount of time, is just a large amount for sure.
Right. Absolutely.
It was almost like it was a cycle or a system that, okay, so your mother gets married, cleans the house, does housework, respects, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Has children, her children do the same thing. And it was finally time to break it a long time ago, actually. And I think it's so great. Like Ashton was saying, how far we've come. And we've broken that standard for women, and we're branching out our own thing, and each woman is finding their own passion.
Absolutely. And I think that's important. We need to do that.
Yes.
All right. So let's go to, all right. Hold on. I had another one. Wait, am I on the same page? Okay. I'm on the same page. Next page. I've got my pages all confused here, ladies. 1 second. Okay. So I really thought this was cool. Wyoming Territory was the first place to grant women the right to vote. Do you know what year that was?
I want to say you go first, because I'm just going to guess.
Okay, I'm going to say, no, because I'm going to get it so wrong. Like, I know, like, I have two different numbers in my mind, and they're both very far apart in years. So whatever I choose, it's going to be very off.
There might be a reason for that, but go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to say 2. I'm going to say 19. This one's really early. This is probably wrong. I'm going to say, or 1952. Those are my guess, but like those years, they sound familiar in my mind from some.
Okay, so you're breaking up just a little bit. We heard 19, what was it, 1954? Okay, 1952 and 56. What do you think it is, Lily?
I want to say 19, I don't know why, but 1929. I feel like maybe in 1930s, 1936.
Okay. All right. Well, so it actually was much earlier than that. So never take it for granted that you can vote, ladies. The Wyoming territorial legislature gave every woman the right to vote in 1869. 1869, yes. According to history.com, they elected the country's first female governor. So you guys are very close to this one. They elected the first country, or the country's first female governor, Neely Taylor Taylor, I think it's Taylor Ross, in 1924.
Wow. I remember watching Samantha, the American Girl doll movie, and that movie's based in 1905, and they live in New York. And one of the main characters, she's fighting the whole time for the right to women to vote. So I think I just assumed that it was after that.
Well, that might have been that state. Remember, we're talking about Wyoming territory.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they might have been the first ones to start giving, start giving women the right to vote. And then the 19th Amendment didn't give all women the right to vote. Did you know that? And do you know what year that one? Here you go. This might be good.
I need to know this one, but I can't remember it. I remember learning about it in 6th grade history class.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to go with my 1926 guess again.
Okay. Okay. What do you think?
Okay, it's 19 for sure. I feel like Ashton's pretty close. I'm going to say 1917.
Okay. I'm going to say, Lily, you're a little closer. The 19th Amendment, which granted women the right to vote, was signed into law on August 26th, 1920.
Okay,
right.
only a year off.
Yeah, that's okay. You guys are very close. But at the time, a number of other laws prohibited Native American women, Black women, Asian women, and American women, and Asian American women, I'm sorry, and uh, I guess that's supposed to be Latin women from voting, among others. It wasn't until 1924 that Native women born in the United States were granted citizenship, allowing them to vote according to PBS. That's very interesting, isn't it? So, okay. Oh, wait. And then even after 1924, Native women and other women of color were prevented from voting by state laws such as poll taxes and literacy tests. It wasn't until 1965 when President Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act into law. The discriminatory tactics such as literacy tests were outlawed and all women could vote. So what year was that?
Okay,
What
so
did I say? I said it.
You said 1960 something, I think.
Yep, very close.
Was it 65?
Yes. Yes. So remember that, ladies. 1965 was when President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act into law. Okay.
I will not forget that.
No, don't forget that. And
65.
yeah, 1965.
Okay.
All right. So we know about Rosa Parks, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. On the day she was arrested, do you remember what day she was arrested?
I feel like it was in either May or September. I don't know why. That could be very off, but
You're a little off. That's okay.
yeah.
Okay.
What month are we celebrating Women's History Month?
March.
Okay. So I'm going to give you that clue.
Okay. Is it March?
It is March. It's March 2nd, 1995, the day she was arrested. She had been learning about Black history at her school, but my head was just too full of Black history, the oppression that we went through. She told, and that's what she said to them in 2009. And then she said, it felt like Sojourner Truth was on one side pushing me down, and Harriet Tubman was on the other side of me pushing me down. I couldn't get up. She was one of the plaintiffs so that was one of the plaintiffs in the case that ended up overturning bus segregation laws in Montgomery. Did you know that? That's pretty cool. All right. So
I did know that one.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So this is going to be a good one. Women couldn't get credit cards on their own until what year?
It was 1990 something.
Oh, okay.
Right?
You're a little too.
Was it like
when were credit cards created? That's my first question. Do you know?
That I don't know. It's been a long time, I'm sure.
I thought it was 1990 something. I really did.
Nope, it's you're way ahead of the ball game on that one.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, was it was it in the 2000s?
No. Before that.
I'm trying to think of my mom's lifetime and
when did your mom? Your mom probably doesn't want us telling when she graduated high school.
I actually don't know that one, but I'm just trying to think was my mom alive for this or?
Yes, she was.
Let's see.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
1974 was the Equal Credit Opportunity Act of 1974. That's when they passed it in Congress. All right.
Okay, now I want to know when credit cards were created.
All right. I know, same. I'm like, I wouldn't even know. Okay, so did you know that women make up 27% of Congress?
I did not know that.
They only make
knew that
27%.
Wait, say that again?
So women make up 27% of Congress.
I knew that the women were the minority. I just did not know the numbers for that. So I think that is really interesting.
It is. So there's 1 in 145 women serve in the United States Congress out of 535 total members. So ladies, you want to be in Congress later?
I'll think about it.
We'll think about that one, right? Though the number of women representatives continues to rise, it's important to keep in mind that the United States population is 50.8% female, according to census data. So we definitely need to step it up, ladies. Come on, ladies. If y'all are listening, let's start getting into Congress, making some things happen. Right?
Yeah, you can do
All
whatever
right.
you put your mind to. Just go for it.
That's exactly right. All right. I will do one more, and then I'm going to let you ladies have the rest of it to talk about your ladies that when we get back to the second half. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to have one more question. So women outnumber men as they get older. Women age at what age and older outnumber men by about 2 to 1? What do you think that age is?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Okay. So women age blank. What age? What age do women age older and outnumber men by? What number is that? Our age number.
I learned about this.
Is like 70?
Ooh, well,
I'm gonna say 64.
I feel like 60.
whoa, no, women get a lot older than that, honey.
Oh, you're saying how old the women get?
Yeah, how old does
Oh.
women get?
Oh, okay, 85.
79.
Lily, you nailed it.
Really?
Yes, 85 is the age. So women age 85 and older outnumber men by about 2 to 1. According to census data from 2022, that's about 4.1 million women to 2.2 million men in the United States.
That is, I did not know that. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's why we need to be more in Congress.
They can stay in for longer.
Right? Exactly. Oh my goodness. So, ladies, I really enjoyed going over some of that history with you guys and just giving you guys some facts on, what we experienced. We're about to go to a quick little break though. So anybody that's listening, please stay tuned. We will be right back shortly to have these young ladies talk about who they want to inspire or their history month.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Out-of-date carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleburne, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleburne, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
It's a girl thing. Try to understand. It's not a me thing. No different than my friends. I get what I want, and I want it back. And it's a girl thing. Ooh, it's a girl thing.
All right. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Welcome back to the second half of the show. Joco Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 24/7 on the TuneIn Radio Network. TuneInJoco.com is the place to find all the ways to listen and watch, and the station app is also available for free on Android and Apple devices. Simply search your store. Check out our lineup and more at JocoCommunityRadio.com. This episode and more brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep at 844-839-4245. Again, that's 844-839-4245. Don't forget, be sure to dress your arms and more at thetiffeed.com. All right. There we go. Now, ladies, you ladies have the floor. I would really like to hear who your, history women inspired you to talk about this evening.
So I'll start if that's okay.
Yeah, go.
And then I'll just do like one, and then I guess like Lily can do one, and we'll just like go back and forth and see how many we can get done. So my first person is Margaret Hillis, and I actually was just doing some research on her today, because I was trying to find someone in Women's History Month that I feel like wasn't talked about enough, because I feel like there's so many people that are just kind of like your standard, like amazing women's history figures. But I wanted to kind of give like some credit to some other people as well. So Margaret Hillis was one of the first most recognized female choral conductors in the world ever. So music, a lot of statistics show that more females participate in music than men, but in the end, there's more people that actually study music that are men and become, I'm sorry, I feel like I hear my dogs barking in the background. There are more sorry, my brain blanked. There are more men that end up going into conducting. Conducting is absolutely what I want to do, because for men or an orchestra or a choir, I just think it's the most beautiful sound in the world. And so I think being able to conduct that and have control over it is just the coolest thing ever. And so I really want to go into conducting. And it was really surprising for me to hear that there's actually many less female conductors than male. And I found that really interesting. So Margaret Hillis was one of the first ones, and she was the first female conductor of the, she did more than just choral conducting. She did orchestra conducting as well. And so she was the first female conductor of the Chicago Symphony. And the Chicago Symphony is an absolutely amazing orchestra. So when that happened, I think that's just such a breakthrough for women's rights, specifically in music. So that's why I chose her on that.
Oh, I love it. That's so you. I know exactly why you chose her. I love it. All right, Lily, what you got?
Okay, so I am going to do a throwback to my 5th grade history project, or history, not important figures project. So I chose Oprah to be my inspiration. So one thing about her that I really, really love is that she is completely self-made. So I believe she was from Mississippi. So she started becoming interested in broadcasting, I believe, in high school. I'm trying to go back and get those facts. If any of you guys know anything, correct me if I'm wrong. But what I find so interesting about her is that she had a drive and that she kept pushing for her goal, which is what I encourage everyone listening to do as well. And she was the first Black female billionaire in 2003, which is something that is also interesting. And she has her own show, and I bet everyone has heard of it. She is incredible. Everyone knows about her. She is an incredible speaker and such an inspiration for a young woman like me, because she inspires me to give it my all and do my best. Also, hold on, I'm trying. Like I had just messed up my thought for a second, but
Okay.
I really, really did enjoy getting to research her and find out more facts because all I know, or all maybe someone listening might know as of right now, all I knew is that who she was and that she had a show. I had no idea the amount of struggles that she would face being a Black woman in a primarily male-dominated industry of broadcasting. She had to give it her all, push really hard, try really hard, and she made it. So that is something I didn't know before, but now everyone sees her succeed every single day. And also another reason why I chose her is because she connects closely to me. I feel like because y'all know this, but my mom is a news anchor. Heather Hayes, she works for Fox 4. So it's really cool to see someone like her pave the way for my mother to do the same thing just a few years later. So I really love that about her.
Awesome. Okay. I can see why you chose that. I love it. I love it. All right. So let's go back to Ashlyn. Who did you pick next?
So the next person that I picked is Amelia Earhart.
Oh,
And I picked her because I have always had just a very big passion for aviation. It's not exactly what I want to do with my future, what I want to study, but I still love it so much. It's just kind of a hobby of mine to like research different planes and stuff and do stuff. Like I like to watch like documentaries about like plane related things. And I love that kind of stuff. And I love flying on planes. I go when I visit my family out of town on a plane at least like 3 to 4 times a year, as well as other times when I'm traveling and I'm on a plane. And I love flying. I love being on planes. I always I love composing music, and I always compose my best music when I'm on a plane. And so I love flying. I have so much Southwest credit from all of the flights that I've done. But so aviation, I think is just so cool. And whenever I do fly, it's very rare still that I see a female pilot. But every time that I do, I feel like they're just the coolest people ever. And I just have so much respect for people that can fly planes because that's a lot of stress. And so for a woman to be able to kind of step out and do that is just amazing. So Amelia Earhart was the first woman to fly solo over the Atlantic Ocean. And I'm not sure the exact history of how that became, or if there was people were upset about that at the time, or if people didn't allow her to. I'm not sure if that was a thing, but I am sure that before that she faced struggles, because I know that during that time men were very against women doing anything but cooking and cleaning and raising the children. So I just think that's just so amazing for her to kind of step out of that and really just be one of the just leading female figures in aviation.
nice. I love it. All right. So let me ask you, I got to ask you now because you said you love being on planes. Would you ever jump out of an airplane?
Absolutely.
Oh, you're my
100%.
girl. Yes.
I would 100%. And my mom said that if I did it before I was 18, that she'd be very upset with me. But I 100%, absolutely. Without a doubt, I would go right now if I could. Absolutely.
I'd do it again. I've done it twice now. So yeah.
Have
Yeah,
y'all ever been to iFly?
I have not.
It's funny. I would so go jump out of an airplane, but I heard a story of something that had happened at iFly, and it just made me not want to go.
Okay,
And
I think I was 7 when I went, and it was the most fun thing ever. Not sure if I'll jump out of a plane. I have done paragliding before over the ocean. I've been pretty high, but maybe one day.
If you can go paragliding, you can jump out of an airplane. Trust me.
Okay.
Okay? It is not the same. So people think that when you're jumping out of an airplane, you're falling straight down. So you get that feeling in your stomach, right? Well, if you think about it, the plane's still moving when you're jumping out of the plane. So are you falling?
You're going at an angle, right?
Yeah, that is yes, ma'am. So that's why you don't feel that feeling in your gut and in your stomach. You feel perfectly fine.
Did you say you've been before?
I've done it twice.
How would you describe it? How was that?
Oh, it was the most amazing, beautiful experience of my life. So my husband has jumped about 100. He's had 100 jumps. Uh,
Whoa.
yeah. And his brother's had about 600 jumps. So I think actually more than that. He's actually working at wanting to possibly open up his own place, possibly. I don't know. Maybe thinking about it.
That is
Um,
cool.
Yes, and so that would be cool. But I would watch them and I would watch all the people because at first I'm scared of heights. I am. It's one of my fears. And I'm always working towards trying to break and get out of my fears, right? Because that's what we women should be doing,
Yes.
right? And so I decided, I'm gonna go and I kept going and I kept watching. And one day I happened to be watching and I was sitting there at the perfect moment where every single tandem that came down, and that's when so you have to do a tandem, right? You can't just jump out of an airplane, even after training your first time ever. Now you have to at least have 1 to 2 tandem jumps before you can jump by yourself.
Yeah.
And then you still have to jump with instructors. And I know all of this stuff because of my husband, and I experienced the whole thing with him. It was really cool. But just watching them come down and they were all smiling and they all looked so happy and excited. And my husband was coming down on that at that same time. I was waiting for him and I went over to him and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. He's like, are you sure? He's like, we're going to do this right now. If you're going to do it, I'll jump again. I was like, okay, let's go. And his brother was there and his brother could do the GoPro. So I got my first one recorded.
Wow, that's so fun.
Yeah, it was so fun. And so we're on the plane and there's these 2 gentlemen behind me that are, sitting with their tandem instructor, right? And I'm sitting with my tandem instructor and right before we get out, he's about to strap me in. I start hugging everybody. I'm excited the whole while. I'm smiling. My husband's like, "Just remember to breathe, babe. Don't forget to breathe when you come out of the plane." And I'm like, "Okay. Okay." So, the only thing I did forget was to keep your chin down because when you're coming down, all that pressure is coming up at you, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, and all that wind and air, and it's just like it will consume you. So, I didn't put my chin down and it took my breath away there for a minute. So, I had to take a deep breath before I passed out. But other than that, I enjoyed it. And being under the canopy was my favorite part.
That's incredible. You inspired me to go do that.
Oh, you
Hopefully
should.
my mom's not listening to this. She wouldn't want me to do that.
If your husband's brother ever does open a skydiving place and he becomes a sponsor of the Ms. Johnson County organization and wants us to do like a promotional thing,
Yes.
let's say.
Yes.
All right.
We
I'll
have
make
it all
it happen.
planned out now.
Okay. I'll make it happen. We got this. He'd
That's
love
probably like the one way my mom.
it. Right? Maybe. I mean, I don't want to. Maybe when you're 18, I mean, I don't even know what the age limit is anymore. I guess I'd have to
I
find
think
out.
I saw something that I don't know if it's in Texas, but at least in another state, I think you can go when you're 16, but you have to have a parent's permission thing.
Oh yeah, you absolutely have to have parents' permission. Yeah, yeah. But if you go like the places that we go to, they're
Yeah.
really awesome. They're very instructional. They let you know exactly what you're going to be experiencing pretty much, except you have to experience it because so I can tell you and talk to you about it all day long and tell you how amazing it was, but really to be able to experience it and see how small the world really is and how small we really are, right? Like we're so small. We think we're like big, but we're so small compared to when you're up there looking down. And it was so beautiful and it was the most peaceful experience. I felt like a feather. Even though I had this guy like behind me, I felt like a feather just floating down to the earth, down to the ground. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Every time I get up in a plane, I'm reminded that it's not only Johnson County and Dallas that exists. I'm like, whoa, there's other places.
Yes, yes. Go travel the world, lady. That's one thing that I would inspire most young ladies of your age, to be able to go and travel and see the world, right? But okay, so wait, we got off track, squirrel. I've been squirrel all day today. So, all right, Lily,
Yes.
it is your turn to tell us. Uh-oh. Wait, Lily, hold on. Your mom said Lily's right. No skydiving.
I knew she'd say that.
Come on, Heather, you can come too. And Yvonne,
Yeah.
let's go.
It'll be a bonding experience for us.
I mean, I did it. My husband's done it 90 times, I think 90 or 100, and his brother's done it 600. And my tandem instructor had jumped 2,000 tandems Okay. And 2,000 by himself or more. I think it was like 3,000. And most of the tandem instructors, that's exactly how many they've done. I mean, it's incredible. And I met the guy. Okay. So, you know, Will Smith, did you see his skydiving video?
I have not.
Okay, you got to watch his skydiving video. It's really inspiring. Okay, Will Smith skydiving. So the guy that his tandem, the instructor that was with him in that video, I know, and I've met him a couple times.
Really?
Yes, he works at Skydive. Well, he was working at Skydive 35 and Skydive Dallas, and he goes to Dubai because that's where Will Smith jumped from, was Dubai, which that's on my bucket list. That is on my bucket list to go to Dubai and to jump out of an airplane in Dubai. But he goes to Dubai every year to be a tandem instructor out there. And he happened to get Will Smith
That is so
for his first
cool.
time. Yeah. It's pretty cool. My oldest daughter did this at age 19, and I've never prayed so hard in my life that morning. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta experience it or watch, you know, like I did. I just watched until I was like, you know what? Why am I still sitting down here? I need to be up there too. So, and I got over my fear, and I really don't have a fear of heights as much anymore.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
I'm
how
proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I embraced my fears. All right. So, Lily, you've got to talk about your second one now.
Okay, so I'm going to bring this one a little bit closer to home. So
Okay.
I'm talking about my school founder.
Oh,
So my school, I mentioned this last time. I don't know, people listening might know this, might not. I go to an all-girls school. It was founded in 1913, which is what I find so incredible. And actually, I learned a lot of new facts about women's rights today. So for an all-girls school to
okay. Wait, hold on. You got really quiet for a minute. Okay.
hear me?
All right. Yeah. Stay still. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was saying that you taught me so much about women's rights even today that I did not know and facts about women. So for an all-girls school to be created over 100 years ago is something that really inspires me. And the founder of my school, her name is Hockaday. I go to the Hockaday School. It is based on 4 cornerstones: courtesy, character, scholarship, and athletics. And one of the quotes, or I don't know what to call it, slogan, I think, is believing in the limitless potential of girls. So
Okay. Wait. Okay. Come back. Come over to this side. Go more center in the camera.
this way,
Okay. Yeah.
Can you
Stay
hear
right
that?
there. Yeah. Okay. Stay there. Or try to say that one more time because we missed it.
all of it.
Well, yeah. Well, just the part where you were talking about their slogan or
Oh yes, okay.
Yes.
So
maybe their motto. I think you're thinking it's their motto.
let me see. Okay, motto.
I think so.
Maybe she said she believes in the limitless potential of girls, and I find everything that she has done to create our school so inspiring. The fact that it lasted. It actually started as a boarding school as well. So she really believed in girls having their own identity and having a great education. She really encouraged everyone to find their potential. And especially for the time where it was created, that is the reason why I chose her, because she did not give up. Even
right.
though there may have been pushback, she knew what she wanted for the future generations, and are still around today, so she had a lasting impact.
All right. So I think you said she had a lasting impact, right?
Yeah, because the school is still around today, so it proves that no matter what you do, everything you do to help others can stay for as long as you make it to or create it to.
All right.
Yeah.
I love that. I think
Yeah.
maybe that is a slogan. It might have been her slogan. I don't know. You'll have to find out if it's a motto or a slogan.
It's on
Very-
some of our shirts, our PE shirts, actually.
Oh, is
Believing in the limitless potential of girls.
Right? And you know, one of the things that I like to say all the time is we are not limitless. We are only limiting ourselves,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We are limitless. We are only limiting ourselves. And a lot of times fear is what creeps in to create that. To create that we can't do it, or I can't do this. I don't say I can't. You will not hear me say I can't. You will say, you know what, I'm gonna try. Or I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna
I
see
remember
what
last time you said, don't say busy, say productive.
Yes.
I
That is
remember
great.
that.
That's good. I love it. And how has that helped you? Has that helped you at all?
It's made me feel better about what I'm doing, because a lot of the times if I want to do more, or if I want to go hang out with a friend and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm busy. But it makes me feel better about what I'm doing. Like, no, I'm being productive. I'm getting something good done.
There you go. I love it. Yes. How about you, Ashlyn? Have you been using productive?
A little bit. I need to do it more, for sure. It's kind of hard because sometimes when you have those really rough days, like you feel like, well, of course, like if you really just were, I don't know. Sometimes it's harder than other days to say the like inspiring word.
I agree. I agree with that.
And you know how so this is how I overcome that, because, we all have like our days, and we all have our bad days, our good days. I got some really bad news yesterday, so it was really hard for me to kind of like come back from that a little bit. But what keeps me going is just being aware of the power that I have over my mindset, I have the power to change my mind, right? I have the power to change my mood. I have the power to change how I am creating my reality, and I have the power to change my vocabulary. And so by changing my vocabulary is what has helped me be more productive, like you said, in all of my life, in every aspect of it. So there you go. I'm giving you that's some good stuff.
The inspiration of the day.
Yeah, that's my inspiration of the day. Yes, I love it. Yes, I like to do that, obviously. It's one of my go-tos. All right, so we've got about a little over 4 minutes left. Can you think of anybody in the present moment that you would like to, maybe have a shout out to, or somebody that, is in your life right now that has definitely been just that powerhouse of a woman for you, and that has created that inspiration as well?
Okay. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, I'll go after.
So mine is Maddie Frankie's, or Miss Chisholm Trail. So she's not on right now, but she's like still getting over COVID and everything. But Maddie, and I was actually, if we had extra time, I was going to talk about her, because Maddie's been one of the biggest inspirations in my life in just the last month when I met her. And I am just so lucky to have her and Mary Catherine, because Mary Catherine's Johnson County and Maddie is Chisholm Trail. I feel like we're all just like a big family, and we're all like each other's misses and teens. It's not really like separated for us. So I'm so lucky to have them both. But I'm sure Lily, of course, is gonna want to talk more about Mary Catherine, and I can talk some more about Maddie.
It's so great to both of us, and so is Maddie. Both of them are such inspirations.
They're so sweet. We love them so much. They are the best misses ever, hands down. And so, so Maddie is she's done all of these amazing things with the World Literacy Foundation, and I always see her post about that. And then also, in addition to that, her events and things with the UN. It's been really, really interesting. And I feel like every time that she says something, it's like a lesson, or it's something really inspirational. And so every time that I talk to her, every time that she just texts me, or when we were on the radio show and she was on a few weeks ago, every time that it was her turn to talk, it was like a new lesson learned, or a new inspiration. And I love that about Maddie.
I do too. Yeah. She's all four of you girls are absolutely amazing. And there is no division. I know you guys have different titles, and I know that there's a lot of events sometimes where it's going to be the two, and I don't want you guys to feel like you have to be divided, by no means, because you guys are you're both, all of you are supporting the Miss Johnson County, Texas organization. That's what the name of the organization is, and that's what you guys are a part of. And you ladies are just absolutely incredible. So yes, all four of you. All right, go ahead, Lily. I'm gonna let you have the floor now.
Okay.
Oh wait, were you done, Ashlyn? I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I'm done.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna continue with this. I'm gonna talk about Mary Catherine, and Maddie has also been such an inspiration. Both of them, like Ashlyn was saying, I couldn't agree more. They are a big help, especially since this is my first year actually competing. Even down to what to wear. Mary Catherine has just helped me. She's like, oh, I think this is good for this event, or this is perfect. She's hopeful with makeup as well. when I was nervous about the first time being on the radio, actually. I was like, oh, what if I say the wrong thing? She was like, you're going to do great. You've done interview. You have the title. You are going to do fantastic. And she inspired me a lot. And even just knowing that she's a college student and handling the title, that is such an inspiration in itself. And one thing that I especially love is that she started when she was Ashlyn and I's age. So she has years of experience, and I look up to her so much. She's been really kind and helpful, and there's not enough I can say to completely describe the two of them. I'm really grateful.
That makes me happy as the director, because I want to see you ladies get along and see you all working to work together in achieving the goals that you have set for upcoming Miss, the spring showcase and Miss Texas. And I think that that's just incredible that you ladies have each other and that it's working out so well. Like that's a dream come true. And you guys all have great parents. I haven't got to meet Mary Catherine's, but I've heard so much about her, and I'm so excited that I might be able to get to meet her at the April at the April showcase. See, even I'm on the radio, and I'm blah, blah, blah. It's okay. It's perfectly normal. But yeah, I'm really you ladies inspire me still. Like every time I'm around any of the girls from this organization. So, all right, ladies, that is the end of our show. It goes so fast.
I know.
It flies by. The break is just always here before I know it.
I know. It's sad, but I love you, ladies, and we'll see you next time, okay?
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Wilfred Brimley for Loafing Dog.
I'm Wilfred Brimley for Loafing Dog. You know, when I get the hankering for a hot dog, I go to Cleveland, Texas.